So, greetings to all the people of the Naga Nation listening to us all over the world, and to all your allies, including myself, calling in from the people of the Indigenous and Organised Nation. You might have heard about the Organised from the case that we took against the government of Kenya. Can you hear me? All right, thank you.
Yes.
So yeah, okay, thank you. I saw the nod. And so we also won a precedent-setting case against the government of Kenya on our ancestral rights. And that's a story for another day. Today, we are here to celebrate and to mark, actually to mark the Independence Day of the Naga Nation. And I'm just here to stand with you in solidarity. So once again, greetings to all of you, our Indigenous relations, and thank you to Atina Pamay, of whom we've had interactions on the international scale or the global Indigenous peoples movement. Thank you so much for this invitation, of course, on behalf of the Naga Nation. Well, a lot of the speakers have come before us. I've spoken about the mechanisms available for Indigenous peoples or underrepresented peoples, as Ralph also mentioned. And I just wanted to mention that self-determination is a very powerful thing, and no nation, whether within the UN system or just any other people, can attack self-determination, because it's about a people deciding who they are. It's as simple as just saying you are not Naga, or you don't belong to your family, your people, where you come from. So it's very easy. It should be an easy thing, but human beings are very complicated creatures, I would say, for in the interest of the colonial and corporate capture that has taken as an entire, almost a half a millennia, and people would just like to control other people for who they are. It's just because of human greed. But first of all, I'll just mention something about the Indigenous peoples movement to shine a light on the issue of self. So I believe I was mentioning about the declaration, that is United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, the process that we've gone through in the movement, all the way through the higher law conventions and to the roadmap to achieving the declaration, a journey of nearly 20 years. So I just wanted to mention that it's the most crucial element in understanding the Indigenous people's rights. And at the core, it is self-determination, which you have been very resilient, very resilient, brilliant, and powerful people who have stood up to power all that long. Maybe it's about time that we, the Indigenous people's movement at the global level and all the way to the national level, to craft ways of achieving this. I may not have a solution. I'm still very young, as you can see, but I'm just mentioning that it's good to always reevaluate what's available and to build our capacity to be able to work on our self-determination. And so our self-determination rights are intertwined with our lands, territories, and natural resources. So that power comes with the provisions of the free, prior, and informed consent, which so many people and so many nations, because of what I said earlier about corporate capture, which has taken over nations, and through neo-colonialism, they always find excuses to pin that down. And at the same level, even at the UN level, the member states will say, let's not leave anyone behind. So the key is free, prior, and informed consent. And that's the power to determine our technologies, cultural education, customary laws, and even sustain our age-old food sovereignty or just cultural sovereignty as a people. And we have to remind all stakeholders that the basic minimum is the one that has been ratified by the United Nations, the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. And a classic example of self-determination of Indigenous people, and contextualize in what we always want to achieve as a people in this hub, which is peace, justice, and strong institution, is the role of Indigenous people in even implementing the Sustainable Development Goals, including goal number 16, and which talks about peaceful coexistence. So we cannot be talking about peaceful coexistence when you have not recognized as a people to self-determine their future. And so everything is interconnected to each other. I just wanted to end by saying that I am truly honored to be here with you, the Naga Nation, in marking the 75th anniversary of your independence. And Ralph just mentioned that there's so many other nations and states who have tried to do that, like the Somaliland, which is not the Somalian nation. The Somalia as a nation, they have a classic example of how they've been able to enjoy their self-determination, even though other nations would victimize them or hamstrung their ways of life or even engagement with other partners. So, and just to say thank you so much, and wish you all the best in this solidarity. And I believe in honoring this invitation. It's a privilege for me to hear all these stories. I've been around since this event started, except just a few minutes that I had issues with the internet, and I'm truly inspired as well. And I have heard about the stories that you've gone through, the tribulations, and the resiliency is very powerful. So happy anniversary of the Naga Nation. Thank you so much, Atina Pamay, for the invitation. And I've seen a few of my friends that I know. That is Thing Lung Rao, I know. And I also see my friend from the nation of Hawaii, Brannon, and other friends that I have known. So we are together in this. Thank you so much. Blessings and peace to you all.